you give me a thumbs up. I wasn't watching. I was watching Chris. Hi, yeah, I'm Lewis. I'm head of design here at TT Combat.
I'm Chris. I'm the web developer here at TT Combat.
I'm Scott. I'm a scenery and rules designer here at TT Combat.
I've been working with Dave for a little while on Battle for Earth, on Dropzone, Dropfleet. You might know some of my other work from Carnivale last year we released. Where I worked with Gav Thorpe, which was really cool.
This is the first time I've been involved within the game design part of the process.
Okay, so Battle for Earth is basically the culmination of everything that Dropzone, Dropfleet have been leading to. It's this, yeah. It's massive. It's Reconquest 1 meets Reconquest 2 meets the original Dropzone rulebook meets Dropfleet Commander. It's got rules for resistance fleets in Dropfleet Commander. It's got dreadnoughts, destroyers, monitors, extra scenarios for Dropfleet, and then on Dropzone it's got an entirely new rule set for Dropzone 2.0, which contains everything that you need to play, even rules for the new behemoths. What else is in there? Oh, 190 odd pages of background. Yeah, quite a lot of background information in there. So essentially, the UCM have discovered this opportunity to sort of take back Earth with the help of some unlikely parties and with some fighting in between a lot of people as well. So we've got a lot of information about the lead up to the Battle for Earth, the actual battle there, the landing, everything that happens afterwards. Yeah, there's a lot going on really.
Okay, where's Dave? Dave is working hard. He lives and works at his home, which is quite away from us, a good flight away. He comes down quite often, but we can't always get him down in time for these videos. He's going to be hopefully with us at UK Games Expo for a limited amount of time, so if you want to come and pester him about anything he's written in this new book, that's the first place to pick it up, and that's the first place to confront him about it. So yeah, there's been a few major changes and a few small changes to the Dropzone Commander rules. We put out a beta test about a year and a bit ago. We got some really great feedback on that from the public and from playtesters, and one of the things that we took is that there are a few rules that kept on coming back over and over, needing changes and changes and changes, so we sort of stripped them back and looked at what they really needed to be. Close quarters. Okay, so close quarters is slightly different from the way that we did it before. When you enter a building now, if there's an enemy unit in that building, you get to attack them. But because of Occupy's advantage, you will be re-rolling all of your successes. No, they don't get to attack you back at the same time, but when they activate, they get to attack you with their full attack value and don't have to re-roll anything. So anything with a close quarters weapon is able to attack in close quarters combat. Infantry with the close combat weapons can attack while they're inside of a building.
Okay, so auxiliary transports is a new thing for Dropzone Commander, and it was probably the biggest complaint from the first edition. In the first edition, you drove your troops in, for example, you got your troops out, and then your transport was destroyed, and your troops couldn't get back in any other transports, and that was a problem. So if you've got another APC driving past, they're not going to likely leave them behind. So we've got auxiliary transport. So auxiliary is a new way of doing force building. Auxiliary, there's no limit to how many you can take, but if it's a transport, it now has to be at least half full instead of full, which already opens up a huge amount of possibilities of how you can build your army list, because not everything has to be absolutely chocker before you get into the game. And auxiliary transports you can activate with any other battle group at the time, so long as it has the same battle group squads in there. So if you drop off your troops, you can then fly off, and next turn you'll be able to use your
One of the first things you wanted to do when we saw the amount of walls there were within Dropzone was to try and clean some zone. A lot of units that had one particular wall that only affected that unit. What we really wanted to do was try and make it so there's a set of walls that affected all the units in different ways, so it's far easier to check what was doing what at any time. So basically we have one set of walls, those descriptions, what they do, and these are applied for each unit as and when they need to be, rather than each unit having its own set of very long special rules which everyone has to memorise. That should make the game a lot quicker to play, and makes it a lot easier for new players to understand what's going on when they're playing. So that was really one of the biggest things we wanted to do, and I think we've really achieved that. We cut that down a lot. The unit descriptions are far easier to follow, because they haven't got loads of rules in them, and it's very easy to see what each thing does. Devastator's one we've sort of put in there as well, which sort of changes how each weapon sort of works on different units, and for example on scenery and so on like that. Whereas you had the Demolisher wall in the past, and then various other walls that all had different effect. Now it's all Devastator, tells you what it affects. It affects tanks, skimmers, walkers, behemoths or scenery itself and how much it affects it. And you have a different mix as well, so certain weapons are good against skimmers and walkers, but not quite so good against tanks, but they have different devastator values, so they're still good, not as good, or they're really good against one particular thing and okay against others. It's given us a lot of flexibility when designing units, and going forward, it's given us a massive amount of flexibility designing new units.
Alright, so fast movers has been a bit of a contentious topic for a while. In the first edition we had airstrikes, now it's sort of high and low, and then there are updates to make it fast and slow. In the beta testing we had a couple of different ways of doing it, and it's one of those ones that kept on coming back and not being quite right, and not feeling right for the game, and not feeling right for the players. Fast movers now incorporate the rules for regular aircraft, but they are limited to the amount that they can move and limited to the amount they can turn. So there's a chance that you're going to fly straight off the board, in which case you'll come back the next turn or the turn afterwards to start your attack run again, but it means you have to really plan out where you're going to move your aircraft before you do it.
So those are some of the new rules for Dropzone Commander. We've got a few more to look at tomorrow, including some new rules for scenery, some special rules with army building composition, and we're going to look at some of the rules for the behemoths.